Hey everyone, this is Jack speaking. Today I'll be talking about my website, Goliax, and somewhere in this video, two of you who have subscribed to my channel are going to get £100 each. The giveaways are currently being paid only in BCPT, which stands for Block Mason Credit Protocol, which is also our united effort mission to raise its price. We just broke a new high in price, making our returns 703% just for 1 month and 20 days roughly, and yet the majority of people still don't understand the magnitude of what we do. In case you haven't joined us on this yet, it is about time that you do, unless you want to miss even more fast, good, almost 100% guaranteed profits. Pause this video, which you can simply watch later, and go check the video called BCPT BTC, our first of many epic pump missions. It is the 6th video back from this one. So don't waste any more time and simply join us. The more time you waste, the less you're going to gain when you eventually join us. And trust me, you will join us. Before I start talking about my website, I want to tell you what exactly was the point to make me start working on it again, because I have ignored it for quite a long time now. So the other day I was on Facebook, just coming out of 7 days being mute, and there we go again, this time 30 days. And since at this point clearly anyone can break the law, including Facebook, with zero legal consequences of any kind, I simply decided to stop using it. Instead, I decided to continue building my own world where nobody is going to be able to tell me to tell a scammer things like nice jacket instead of what I really feel like telling them, simply because if I tell them that, it's gonna be against somebody's community standards. Maybe stop the scammers to begin with instead of asking me to be nice to them. How about that? Why am I stating it as a fact that they are breaking the law? Because you can't take away the most sacred of all human rights, freedom of speech, and slap it as community standards and think this is okay. It's not okay. It is the absolute opposite of being okay. Mr. Zuckerberg, how would you feel if you're on the street and you're talking and I come with a piece of gaffer tape and I stick it over your mouth? How would you feel about that? I thought I should visualize it through you, Zuki, because you're too stupid to understand the feeling otherwise. I know, for some people you're considered to be a genius, but to me personally, you couldn't hack it as a programmer, so you had to go ahead and steal Winklevoss brothers' idea and present it as yours. So to me personally, you're a thief, not a genius, a thief, and that's all you'll ever be. If anyone has a desire to exit a heated argument or any conversation which they are not happy with, this is what the block button is for. This is what it is developed for. Facebook or any other social media shutting my mouth or yours is a crystal clear violation of our human rights. For this reason, one day I'll be facing Zuki in court myself and telling him face to face how I feel about that with zero care what court fine I'm going to have to pay for the pleasure of telling him that. Let's see how he shuts my mouth face to face. He will be lucky if I don't smack him in the face in front of the court itself in exchange of one night in a cell for the pleasure of doing so. Anyway. Okay, time for more positive stuff. So, the first one who gets £100 is you, mate. From now on, I'll be developing my website Goliax and improve every aspect of it whenever I get the time to do so. The main part of it is a social media at the moment, so feel free to add me as a friend there if you want. The link for it, as you can imagine, is in the description of this video, but you can also see that I've added a link to my Goliax profile over the background image of my YouTube channel. The iPhone application we developed for it is currently out of App Store, but I'll put it back up and running and continue developing it as soon as I'm ready. This will not happen straight away because I'm as busy as I can possibly be, so I'll have to prioritize what I believe matters the most. We have developed 3 other parts of the website at this point, which are an online shop, dating services, and decorating services. And since I'm no longer decorating, I'll have to remove the decorating services anytime soon. I would not classify the website as a social media because it was never intended to be just that. A while back I came up with the term live platform, as this describes best what this kind of websites are going to be in the future. Because basically most of somebody's life online is going to be on one of these live platforms, and there is going to be many of them competing for dominance. Why live platform? Because the goal for such is to provide you with as many services as you can possibly need at one place to serve your needs and your interests in the best way possible, developed to the best of our knowledge. Now let's go and do something good for someone who needs it the most. Okay, so she knows that she's gonna get something, she just doesn't know what is she gonna get yet. And what you get is 100 bucks.
Stop.
That's Bulgarian, sorry guys. Please pause the video and hit the like button, as it helps me tremendously to build this channel. Also, if you don't have a portfolio but you want to start building such, or you do have a portfolio but you're not happy with your current broker, have a look down in the description. The exchanges you see there are trustworthy and they charge fair fees. Depending on which one of them you decide to go with, they might even give you a welcome bonus. Or you can go with all of them, as I always advise traders and investors to use at least a few exchanges for an extra layer of safety. I used to hide the idea behind a live platform because I didn't want some huge company which has the resources to do it before me to find out about it. No reason to hide it anymore, because this is exactly what Facebook is doing, making my idea reality. They developed a dating part as well after we did, no matter if they come up with that on their own or not. And despite the fact that we managed to develop quite a few things before them, they have the resources to bring these developments to a much higher level. A simple example is when I developed expressing emotions on the posts, and a few weeks later I saw the exact same functionality on Facebook, but developed much better than that. I'm wondering when are they going to add the other thing which I developed on the post, which is rating a post on the scale from 1 to 10. Anyway. And the last person who gets £100 in this video is you, mate. Being on Goliax gives you back your freedom of speech, and there is no force on the planet to convince me otherwise. One thing you're limited on though, and this is the choice of language. I developed the code myself, as it is about time for us to move to the next level and all of us start speaking the same language all over the world. It is simply not practical in any way possible that we cannot communicate with the majority of the world out there simply because everybody is speaking their own language. It shouldn't be like that. The language you're limited to is... No, it's not bloody Bulgarian. Shut the is English. Period. We also have zero scam and spam tolerance, so if you fall under any of these two categories, don't even bother signing up. I will shut you down in the blink of an eye. The 20% annually are being paid to investors who decide to invest in the development of the website itself. The interest is being calculated and added to your investment on a daily basis without any limitations about withdrawals of any kind. This means that you can withdraw any amount of your investment at any given moment without losing any of the interest other than the interest which is not being calculated for this particular day. If you're an investor, once you open an account, go to your settings page and you'll see a link with yellow background saying investingoliax.com. Currently, investments are being made only through PayPal because quite a few programmers, including myself, couldn't deal with PayPal's messed up code for debit cards. We managed to make it work on Sandbox, yet we failed to make it work online, but you don't need that much technicality. Just give me your money, I know what to do. We will sort that out and we will have debit card payments on both the social media and the shop itself. Currently, the shop is being developed to accept only cryptocurrencies in exchange of products, but as you can imagine, this was a mistake of mine because apparently people are not ready to accept cryptocurrencies as what they are, which is currencies. I'm saying it was a mistake because you're not ready and I can't go light years ahead of you expecting you to adapt, which means there is currently no sales. With this being said, once we add debit card payments to the shop, it's going to be properly running. Be honest, how many of you have bought a product using any cryptocurrency? I'm not talking about drugs, I'm talking about normal, regular, everyday use products. The answer is almost none of you, and I developed that about 2 years ago. Up until today, you're still not ready to accept cryptocurrencies as what they are, and instead you see them just as investment opportunity. Well, at least the majority of you. I'm sure at least some of you have actually bought any products using cryptocurrency. Thank you all for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to have a chance to catch a giveaway yourself, and I'll see you next time.